Have you ever wondered if what you're feeling after having a baby is normal or if it's something more? Maybe you've heard the term postpartum depression before, but you're not exactly sure what it means. Is it just feeling sad? Is it only for moms who cry all the time? And how do you know if what you're experiencing is postpartum depression or simply the normal challenges of adjusting to life with a new baby? In today's episode, we're talking about what postpartum depression actually means, why it's so important to recognize it early, and 5 things every new mom should know about it so she can get support as soon as possible. Do you want practical steps to rein in the overwhelm and start feeling like yourself again, but struggle with feeling hopeless, unsupported, and misunderstood? If so, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Stephanie, wife, mom of 4, and a 2-time acute postpartum depression survivor. I learned the secrets of how to overcome the feeling of drowning and fully thrive as a new mom through life-giving hope and support. If you're ready for validation, encouragement, and those easy practical tips, then take a deep breath in, exhale, and we'll take the first steps together. Here we go. Did you know that I have a free community of mamas just like you, new moms who are struggling to survive, much less thrive, and are looking for hope, encouragement, and validation? We share life together. There's a short weekly devotion, encouraging quotes, and so much more. There's even chances to win free coffee and prizes. Come join us at bit.ly/PPD support group. After my first daughter, Hadley, was born, I knew something didn't feel right. I was exhausted, but everyone told me that was normal. I was overwhelmed, but everyone said motherhood was overwhelming. I cried often, but people reminded me that hormones were all over the place after having a baby, and that baby blues were very normal. So I kept assuming that what I was feeling must be normal. I kept waiting for things to get easier. I kept thinking, maybe I just wasn't handling motherhood very well. Days turned into a week, and instead of improving, I felt like I was sinking. The sadness got heavier, the anxiety got louder, and hopelessness grew deeper. But because I didn't fully understand what postpartum depression was, I didn't realize that what I was experiencing had an actual name. And because I didn't realize it had a name, I didn't realize it had treatment. I thought I was failing. I thought I was weak. I thought I needed to try harder. Looking back, one of the most important moments in my healing journey was simply learning what postpartum depression actually was. Because once I understood what I was facing, I stopped blaming myself. And that's exactly why today's episode matters. The sooner you understand postpartum depression, the sooner you can recognize it, seek support, and begin moving toward healing. Now, let's jump into today's teaching. First, postpartum depression is more than just feeling sad. When many people hear the words postpartum depression, they assume it simply means feeling sad after having a baby. But PPD is much bigger than sadness alone. It can affect your emotions, your thoughts, your energy, your relationships, and even your ability to function day to day. You may experience things like persistent sadness, hopelessness, anxiety, racing thoughts, irritability, anger, numbness, difficulty concentrating, loss of interest in things you once enjoyed, and honestly, some moms don't even feel sad at all. Instead, they feel anxious, disconnected, angry, overwhelmed, or emotionally numb. Maybe you're not crying every day. Maybe, for example, you're functioning well enough to get through the day. But inside, you feel like you're barely holding everything together. That can still be postpartum depression. So here's what helps. Understand that PPD does not fit neatly into one box. The more you understand the different ways it can show up, the easier it becomes to recognize it in yourself or someone you love. And I know the list I mentioned a little bit ago sounds like a commercial for a medication, but it doesn't have to be every single one of those things. It can be one of those things being felt very intensely, or multiple things on that list that new moms feel daily. Then, postpartum depression is a medical condition, not a personal failure. This is one of the most important truths every mom needs to hear. Postpartum depression is not caused by weakness. It's not caused by being a bad mom. It's not caused by a lack of gratitude. It is a legitimate medical condition being studied by the medical community, influenced by factors such as hormonal changes, sleep deprivation, stress, previous mental health struggles, genetics, life circumstances, and sometimes, like for me, there were no obvious causes at all. So, for example, if you developed diabetes after pregnancy, you wouldn't blame yourself. If you developed high blood pressure, you wouldn't assume you were failing. Postpartum depression deserves that same compassion. Replace self-blame with curiosity. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" try asking, "What support might I need right now?" That shift can be incredibly powerful. Number 3, the sooner you recognize it, the sooner you can get help. Many moms wait far too long to reach out, not because they don't need help, but because they don't realize what they're experiencing is in fact postpartum depression. Or they hope it will simply go away on its own, which I think is a perfectly natural thought and hope to have. The problem is that untreated postpartum depression often becomes harder to manage over time. So the sooner support begins, the sooner healing can begin. Looking back at my own story, I wish I had recognized the signs sooner. I spent days, weeks, months trying to push through something that needed support. I thought I needed more willpower. What I actually needed was help. And what helps? Well, if you're questioning whether what you're experiencing might be PPD, don't wait for things to get worse. Talk to your doctor. Reach out to your therapist. Tell a trusted loved one or friend. You do not need to hit rock bottom like I did before asking for support. 4th, postpartum depression can affect bonding and daily life. One reason it's important to recognize postpartum depression quickly is because it affects far more than your mood. Here comes another list. It can impact your connection with your baby, it did for me, your marriage, your friendships, your confidence, and your ability to enjoy daily life. Many moms feel guilty when they struggle to bond with their baby. I felt like a complete and utter failure. Others feel emotionally disconnected from themselves. These experiences are more common than people realize. So you may love your baby deeply, but still feel distant. You may be doing everything a good mom does while feeling emotionally numb inside. That doesn't mean you don't love your child. It may mean you're struggling with something like postpartum depression. What can help is to recognize these symptoms as sign that you deserve support, not evidence that you're failing as a mom. And finally, and perhaps most importantly to note, recovery is possible. It is treatable. Healing is possible. You will not necessarily feel this way forever. And support can come in many ways. Therapy, medication, support groups, lifestyle changes, faith support, practical help from family and friends. The list goes on, and sometimes you need more than one of these. For me, it was a combination of therapy, medication, support groups, lifestyle changes, faith support, and practical help from family and friends. Literally all of them and more. There was a time when I genuinely believed I would always feel the way I felt during postpartum depression. And many moms who once felt hopeless eventually recover and thrive like I have. I couldn't imagine feeling normal again, yet here I am today. Not just surviving, but helping other moms survive too. So borrow hope from me if you can't find your own right now. Thousands of women have walked this road before you, and many of us are living proof that healing can happen. Let's recap. What is postpartum depression, and why is it important to know about it immediately? Postpartum depression is more than sadness. It is a medical condition, not a personal failure. The sooner you recognize it, the sooner you can get help. It can affect bonding, relationships, and daily life, and recovering is possible with the right support. Understanding PPD may be one of the most important things you do in your postpartum journey, because when you know what you're facing, you can stop blaming yourself and start getting the support you deserve. You are not weak, mama. You are not failing, and you do not have to navigate this alone. There is hope, and I am living proof of that. Mama, don't forget to join my free private Facebook group for even more support at bit.ly/PPD support group. If this episode is triggering for you and you feel you need additional help to process your thoughts or feelings, please call or text the Postpartum Support International Hotline at 1-800-944-4773 or visit them online at postpartum.net.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of my mom's show.
If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a mom friend who may be struggling to feel like herself and is in need of some encouragement today?
Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses my mom's heart to know this podcast is helping you.
Okay, time to go change a diaper and do the school run. I'll meet you back in a few days for another episode.
Take care.